1. Let me introduce to you probably the favorite to win it all. It is the #1 StarCraft 2 player in the world. It's the finisher. It's Serral. Up against him, the challenger, as everyone is. The Chinese Protoss Cyan. We'll see if he has anything in store, because whatever build, whatever strategy, he's known he's playing Serral for a bit now. So, this is your opportunity to show it off. An upset versus Serral would break the bracket of the entire tournament. So I'm hoping for it. I'm rooting for Cyan here. Though... it is quite a dream. Alright. I don't think cheesing Serral works. As we saw versus Raynor recently at Home Story Cup, just an aggressive macro Protoss might be the ticket. Still a very thin line to walk. I don't like, what does Serral do better? That's the problem. At the end of the day, historically in StarCraft 2, we've been able to pinpoint a lot of what players, like Beyond, got Reapers nerfed. Not once, but twice. There are Protoss players out there like Zest or SOS who have this killer instinct that makes them deadly with things like Blink Stalkers or Adepts. But with Serral, he's essentially the accountant of Zerg. Okay, larva management, overlord placement, creep spread efficiency, and other things that would be just as likely to be on a quarterly report for the Zerg overlords as they are to be some sort of highlight reel. Nobody's making a highlight reel of hitting every inject. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a different website, at the very least. So, at the end of the day, Serral just does everything a little bit more efficiently, a little bit faster, and understands a little bit quicker exactly what he needs. I wish you could pinpoint it. Then at least I could learn something. But it's just like, don't waste all your energy building extra creep tumors when 2 will do the trick. Okay? Don't inject 7 times if you only need 2 or 3 to queue up right now. Keep those queens spread. It's going to be a Stargate. Did the Overlord spot it? Not quite yet. And it's almost implied in this matchup, the Stargate, but until he actually sees it, still has to keep him honest. Adept. Staring it down, but comes in the other side. Serral? Ooh, oh my god. I was so ready to call Serral washed up. But then he saves it. Overlords. It's going to be a Void Ray first from Cyan. Here come the Adepts. The Staggered Shade loses 1. Washed up. 2 drones. It's the oddly Staggered Shades, but still doing well. Serral is only at 23 drones right now. It's actually quite a awkward situation. Might lose the creep tumor. Speed is done. 8 Zerglings on the field. Both Adepts get away. I'll take what I can get here. Cyan. Perfect so far. He's lost nothing. And Serral's economy. The Void Ray is going straight across, despite the Overlord. Somehow he's missed. Oh no. Well. Somehow he's missed this. The Stargate here. The Void Ray is heading straight across, which I guess he's feeling like he's guaranteed a kill on the Overlord on this side of the map. But Serral certainly caught off guard by the Void Ray. 3rd base is on the way, Cyan. Those Adepts sneaking forward, looking for some more damage, but there are a couple more Zerglings here. This is a bit optimistic. Gets away with another Shade somehow. And so should be able to clean it up 1 hit. Overall, I mean, this is probably the best the early game could go for Cyan. Does he have 2 Void Rays? No, that Void Ray came back home. Oracle darting in. Twilight and Forge. This is kind of the aggressive macro toss I was talking about. That Raynor, to an extent, was showing off, which is weird to say, but... And the Oracle comes in. There's only 1 queen here. Oh, wait. Never mind. Get off my queen! Sorry. Blacked out for a second. The Queens, with a vengeance, will take down the Oracle. Didn't have a revelation about that one. And that hurts. As now, without the Oracle for constant scouting, as a threat, even as a defensive tool. Ooh. Serral is shooting up past 50 drones. Overlord. Where does he... How are there still Overlord? He's wondering it. It's a charge lot +1 timing here. So I'm not sure. Like, the gas... There's no way Serral doesn't notice he wasn't mining all the gas. These gateways were too quick. Serral already has roaches in production. 60 drones. He's already prepared. The roach count will be high enough. And roach speed can start almost immediately. Spine crawler's on the way. Yeah, he knows what this is. Charge launch spotted. There's enough queens. The queens on their own might be enough. He's just kind of trickling into it. +1 ground weapons is done. But optimism, indeed, here. Kills a roach or two, but Serral just... That's more than enough roach. He's got speed on the way. The Void Ray, nope. The queens are here. Well, that didn't do very much, and he committed a lot to get that done. He really leaned into that tech tree. And at the end of the day, it did not pay off. Like the Brood War. Even though it doesn't seem to actually do the Brood War soundtrack. But that's not important. Moving on. Adept shading into the natural. Baneling nest on the way. Serral comfortable at 68 drones. Nice enough for now. The Queens driving back the annoying Void Ray. And Cyan taking a 4th base. Infestation pit. +1 ranged attack. Roach speed nearly done. Serral gonna be rocking out 80 drones. The army coming together here. Cyan still only has Stalkers and Zealots, which are not known for their late game effectiveness. Is that burrow move? Tunneling Claws, roaches. Definitely a strong choice. Rarely seen because there isn't much of a window where they can be effective. But with Cyan only just now finishing a robo, well, that window is much larger. Roach Ravager just hanging out at the edge of the creep. It's very much like Serral to not even... He's not trying to kill him. He's just letting him make a mistake. So by the time Serral decides to attack, it's a foregone conclusion. The Blink Stalkers, some charge lots at the back. Roaches, getting some damage done. Here comes some Banelings. Baneling speed not quite done yet, but seconds away, and this is all on creep. Cyan losing a lot of units here. And Serral can easily replace anything he loses as well. Serral destroying significantly more resources. Losing just a few roaches and lings. Overseer just confirming. Does he have enough energy? Not quite for Contaminate yet. But a full scout. There is no carrier transition. There is no mass disruptor. It's just gateway units. Oh, come on, Serral. Why are you like this? You know what he's gonna do. He uses the whole buffalo, all right? Overseers are not just for scouting. He had exactly 125 energy. Oh my god, the Contaminate. And now the Burrow Move Roaches are revealed. Is there even a... There's no observer. He can just chase this down. He doesn't need to. Cyan kind of desperately sending out... Oh, they're already here. They're already inside the house. This Protoss, of course, does not have a door. The Void Ray will help, but in the main as well. So repartitioning those units. Surprised those roaches didn't pop up in the main yet, but he's crushing this army. +1 melee done. Adrenal glands on the way. Probes dying. Banelings laying into the zealots in the main. Cyan. He reburrows the roaches over here. It's crumbling. Ah, you now have my permission to die, says Serral. 100 supply lead. The Blink Stalkers. The roach is still not dead. The Banelings rolling in. Serral has Hive. He's got 81 drones. He's got 5 bases. He's maxed out. Where are you going? To game 2. The Banelings don't find a juicy enough target, so roll into the 3rd. And we'll find even more kills. Cyan tries to body block. Optimistic. The Void Ray still trying. The roaches. Cyan, I guess, technically has defended. In the sense that Serral decided to pull back. This is... It's 2-1 versus 2-1, I guess. Those are our adrenalings. Another warp in of zealots. More zerglings in the main. Well, there you go. That's what we were leading into. So Cyan tries the early aggression, but at the end of the day, Serral holds and makes it look comfortable. Despite such a dramatic amount of army supply, Serral just dismantles it and gets essentially the entire tech tree while he's doing it. Let's head to game 2. Cyan is... Okay, I thought he might pick Terran for a second, which seemed optimistic. Going into Oceanborn. But the winner of this, by the way, will face the winner of Beyond versus Raynor, which could indeed line up quite a match. Either way. Well, we're loading in. Let's head on into game 2. Serral with a solid victory in game 1. Cyan, honestly, it felt like he did pull one over on Serral for a bit, but he didn't quite take advantage of it in time. The charge lots, I think, just too little and too late. Serral already had his Roach Horn. He had plenty of queens. It's a bit of a math problem that he's already solved. Feels like StarCraft is a math problem that Serral has mostly solved as well, but there's no helping that. Just gonna take his 3rd. Wait. Oh my god. Wait. So he goes back to the 3rd anyways. Meanwhile, he starts a spawning pool. It does look like we're going to end with Serral being able to take his natural. But a bit of a convoluted process to get there. Cyan gonna get Cybercore before Nexus. He is up against technically a pool first, though one of the least committed. It was more like Serral saying, well, I'd rather not take the 3rd. I'm not gonna bother with that. He's only making 2 lings. He doesn't have gas, so not much of a threat to Cyan overall, but You can't be too careful. You don't want 8 lings breaking through the wall. They're just gonna chase the probe. Probe will lead him. May live for a while longer. The most exciting chase for, well, until the Adept comes out. And just building Warp Gate. What's it gonna be? He's got 100 gas now. Just glaive to depths, maybe? Serral starting speed, taking his third. Stargate it is. Gets a Zergling. First blood. No more mining of gas here for Serral. So just looking to get that ling speed and then maximizing. Anything else is the follow-up. Queens, lings, drones. A lot of great options to start things off. No intent on doing some sort of roach all-in. Oh, come on. Gets into the main. The Zerglings. Slow lings for now, but gets a drone. Alright, maybe 2. Nope. Gets 3. For 2 adepts. I mean, it is very technically something. So. And adding on even more gates. Cyan looking. This looks very much like a glaive to depth follow-up through the early Stargate. But Serral has an Overlord coming in, and it will see the Twilight. Oh no. And the timing of the Twilight is huge. There's no Forge. There's nothing else to watch it finish. Well, Serral sees all. The most obvious choice will be the one he picks. I mean, there's not a lot of options here. The Zerglings. Whoa, not quite. With the Adepts. Gets a couple drones, but... no Roach one yet. Oracle gets a few kills. And takes the obligatory huge amount of damage, making it permanently a risk for the rest of the game. Serral, yeah, not bothering. The Roach one's on the way. He canceled Glaives and went to Blink. Huh. You know, probably a good move. And he did kill enough drones to try to macro it out here. Serral just now starting his lair. No Forge for Cyan is a potential issue as time goes on, but the Blink... he's gonna need... he's hiding the Stalkers. Serral is doing some very aggressive scouting. There's no better way to scout your opponent than by just threatening them outright. Okay, Brenda, get out of the way! Oh! Well, Queens kind of trip over each other. Oracle's managed to kill one. Serral up to 60 drones. Cyan is at 54 probes and counting. And he's got 8 gates done. So... a formidable production... oh, no. Formidable production for Cyan. He doesn't have a Warp Prism, though. He doesn't have a Robo. So he's relying on getting some damage done. Here comes the probe. Serral with the very efficient creep spread, but easy enough to take out. The pylon is blocked by creep. Every second counts here. Every second you could potentially do some damage to Serral. Trying to kill the queen. Target firing roaches. He does have blink done. More Zerglings filing in. The oracles are very important to keep him from getting surrounded by lings. But the creep is right on the doorstep. Cyan gonna try the blink timing up against Serral, who doesn't have +1, he doesn't have roach speed, but he has 10 roaches in production. Serral looking for the flank. He might not know about the stasis. Blink Stalkers getting caught out in front. Stasis catches a handful of lings. It helps. It's something. And Serral, well, his supply is growing dramatically. Catching some more of the roaches. Still no +1. More queens on the way. A bunch of queens at the front line. He has enough economy to keep this up, but as does Cyan. And now he's building enough. He's kind of Sim Citying at the front. This is best case scenario. Roach speed is done. That is going to be a decisive moment. It blinks all the way back. The Oracles lights up. Gonna burn through a lot of the front. And shotgun spray of corrosive bile, forcing him back. And now warp gates here. Serral forced back. There's no queens to help with the Oracles. Cyan turning it around. Still though, with 4 bases done and +1 missile attack, Serral is still building the right army to deal with the Blink Stalkers. Cyan is desperate to reach that critical mass, but Serral just seems to have enough to drive him back every time. The Oracles helped hold the line, but Serral still has this huge amount of production. Oh my, great blink micro. Keeping it together with the Zerglings looking for the surround. Off of creep, things get more difficult. Targets down 1 pylon, corrosive bile. There's only a single pylon left. Might kill another queen. The Oracles, revelation, but they're right there. He didn't need help finding them. The Stalker count starting to thin out. Serral going for the kill, it looks like, but maybe a little too deep. The concave is good for Cyan. And the blink micro. Holding it together. 100 lings have died, but 25 Stalkers. The worker counts are even. Cyan is building more workers. He's gonna try to go down towards the 4th. That might be a mistake. He's trying a different angle here. The best he can do. A few zealots out in front. Serral's still struggling to keep enough on the field. It's close. Serral has enough units, but with great blink micro, there's a scatter of biles at the front, killing some of the Stalkers. If he's able to kill the pylons, Oracles light up yet again. Another wave of corrosive bile. The probe itself is blocked in. He didn't actually kill that pylon. The pylon! Oh my god, the pylon is so important. Another probe. Wait, the probe lived. The probe who lived. Serral actually brought some drones down to the 4th. The Blink Stalker's still doing a great job. Serral has been under so much pressure. He hasn't built anything but units throughout all this. But there's no reinforcing Stalkers. A lot of these are damaged. Another spray, but he blinks forward over the top. And the supply gap, though, is starting to widen as Serral's finally kicking in with those injects. The Zergling count may be too high. The Queen's driving back the Oracles. Just knocking out the gateway. Cyan, he held the line. A tenuous footing. But it looks like Serral is going to be kicking him over it. More Stalkers obliterated. And Serral up 50 supply. But Cyan bringing him to the brink. So it's actually supply blocked. There's nothing behind this. It's just more Stalkers. That's all he has. 20 Stalkers. He's lost 51. 158. Serral has only lost 1 Ravager. He just is so good at keeping those valuable units alive. And now this is creep. Alright, you came to the wrong neighborhood. The neighborhood which keeps encroaching across the map. Cyan trying to get something done. But the gap widens again. +1 melee now, too. Makes those Zerglings significantly more dangerous to the Stalkers. A valiant effort, I think, by Cyan. And it was tenuous for a while. But Serral has consolidated his forces. He's got 4 bases. He's got the upgrades. The Stalkers are just not enough. The Roaches, well, if Serral throws away his entire... He backed off to draw Cyan in. And now the Zerglings get the surround. GG! Serral takes it 2-0. Though... a solid match from Cyan. Serral looking a little bit dicey.